What's up, Cowboys Nation? It's your host Dave, and we've got another important update regarding the Dallas Cowboys defense. With DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons both sidelined due to injuries, the Cowboys are facing a huge challenge in replacing two of their defensive leaders. Today, we'll break down how Mike Zimmer and the Cowboys coaching staff plan to compensate for the absence of these two dynamic players and what it means for the upcoming game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But before we get into all the details, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest Cowboys updates. We're on the brink of hitting 12,000 subscribers, and your support has been incredible. Let's keep that momentum rolling. Now, let's dive into the big story, how the Cowboys are going to handle the absence of their defensive motor. Both Lawrence and Parsons are the heart of this defense, and losing them for any stretch of time is a significant blow. DeMarcus Lawrence, who suffered a Lisfranc injury to his right foot in the win over the Giants, will be placed on injured reserve, which means he'll be out for at least 4 games. However, it's more likely that Lawrence will be out for 4 to 8 weeks, with the longer recovery time frame being the more realistic target. This is the third foot injury of Lawrence's career, and while the injury won't require surgery, it's a huge setback for the Cowboys' defense. Lawrence has been a reliable force both in the pass rush and in stopping the run, and his leadership on the field will be missed. On top of that, Micah Parsons is also dealing with a high ankle sprain and is expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks. Parsons, one of the league's premier pass rushers, is a focal point for every offensive game plan. With him out, the Cowboys lose not only a playmaker but also a disruptive force who impacts both the run and pass games. Cowboys Nation, let me know your thoughts. How big of a challenge is this for the Cowboys defense, and can they stay competitive without their top 2 defensive stars? Drop your comments below. So, how does Mike Zimmer plan to compensate for these huge losses? It's going to take a collective effort. Zimmer and head coach Mike McCarthy have already stated that there's no single player who can step into the roles of Parsons or Lawrence. Instead, the Cowboys will rely on a rotation of players to fill the gaps. One of the key players stepping up is Carl Lawson, who will be elevated from the practice squad for Sunday's game against Pittsburgh. Lawson has already been elevated twice in the last 2 weeks, and after this game, he'll need to be placed on the active roster to continue playing. Lawson has shown flashes of his potential, but this will be a big opportunity for him to prove he can make an impact on a larger stage. Additionally, rookie Marshawn Kneeland and veteran Chauncey Golston will see increased playing time. Kneeland, who was drafted in the 2nd round, was viewed as a potential heir to Lawrence at defensive end, but it looks like his time to shine has come sooner than expected. Kneeland has already impressed coaches with his physicality and coachability, but now he'll need to take on a leadership role on the defensive line. Parsons even pulled Kneeland aside to deliver a message: "You've got to step up. You've got to lead now." Kneeland initially thought Parsons was questioning whether he was ready, but Parsons clarified that stepping up wasn't just about playing, it's about leading, communicating, and bringing the other guys with him. That's a lot of responsibility for a rookie, but Parsons believes Kneeland has what it takes to fill the void left by the veterans. Cowboys Nation, do you think Marshawn Kneeland is ready for this challenge? Let us know in the comments what you think of the rookie's potential and how he can contribute to the defense. As for Chauncey Golston, he's been a versatile player for the Cowboys, moving from inside to outside along the defensive line. He's a solid run defender but has struggled to consistently get to the quarterback. Golston has just 4.5 sacks in his career, but one of those came this season, so there's hope that with increased playing time, he can make a bigger impact as a pass rusher. Parsons even compared Golston to former NFL star Cameron Wake due to his build and wingspan, and he's excited to see what Golston can do with this opportunity. Golston's versatility will be key, but with the Steelers on the schedule this week, the Cowboys' defense is going to have its hands full. Pittsburgh's offense has shown signs of life recently, and without Parsons and Lawrence, it will be a real test for the defensive front. Jordan Lewis summed it up best when he said, "Those guys, Parsons and Lawrence, are the motor. They make this thing go. It's contagious how they play." While there's no replacing the energy and production that these two bring, the rest of the defense will need to find a way to step up and fill the void. Cowboys Nation, what are your thoughts? Do you think players like Galston, Nealand, and Lawson can keep the defense afloat until Parsons and Lawrence return? Or do the Cowboys need to look outside the organization for help? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. Let's quickly touch on the upcoming game against Pittsburgh. The Cowboys will need to rely heavily on their secondary and interior defensive linemen to pick up the slack. Osa Odigizwa and Jonathan Hankins will need to be forces in the middle, and the secondary, led by players like Trayvon Diggs and Jordan Lewis, must continue to play at a high level. Without Parsons and Lawrence pressuring the quarterback, it's up to the rest of the defense to get creative and find ways to disrupt the Steelers' offense. What's your prediction for Sunday's game? Can the Cowboys' defense hold up, or will Pittsburgh's offense exploit the weakened pass rush? Let us know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below.
The Dallas Cowboys take on the Pittsburgh Steelers this Sunday on Sunday Night Football, and it's shaping up to be an exciting matchup between two of the NFL's most historic franchises. Here's everything you need to know to watch the game. Game details. Date, Sunday, October 6, 2024. Time, live coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with Football Night in America. Kickoff time, 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Location, Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. TV, NBC. Live stream, Peacock. Dallas Cowboys overview. The Cowboys are coming off a hard-fought 20-15 victory over the New York Giants. With a 2-2 record, they've experienced a shaky start to the season, their worst since 2020. The team struggled in weeks 2 and 3 but bounced back with a strong defensive effort against the Giants, allowing only 303 total yards. Dak Prescott was efficient, completing 22 of 27 passes for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. Prescott's future was secured when he signed a 4-year, $240 million extension, making him the highest-paid player in NFL history, averaging $60 million per year. CeeDee Lamb, now the second highest-paid wide receiver in the league after signing a 4-year, $136 million extension, has been a key contributor with 20 receptions for 316 yards and 2 touchdowns this season. Pittsburgh Steelers overview. The Steelers fell 27-24 to the Indianapolis Colts last week, dropping to 3-1 on the season. Their defense had been dominant through the first 3 weeks, holding opponents to just 26 points combined. However, they struggled in Week 4, giving up 358 total yards in their first loss. Justin Fields, who was traded to the Steelers from the Bears, shined despite the loss. He threw for 312 yards and scored 3 touchdowns, 1 passing, 2 rushing. Fields has stepped up as the starter while Russell Wilson recovers from a calf injury. How to watch. TV, you can catch the game live on NBC. Live stream, for those who prefer streaming, the game will be available on Peacock. Make sure to tune in to see if the Cowboys can overcome their injuries and build on their recent win, or if the Steelers will bounce back from their first loss of the season. So, before we wrap up, make sure you subscribe to Cowboys News TV if you haven't yet. Your support is invaluable, and we're so close to reaching that 12,000 subscriber milestone. Also, like this video if you found it informative, and share it with your fellow Cowboys fans. Thanks for tuning in, Cowboys Nation. We appreciate your support and can't wait to bring you more content as we prepare for another exciting season of Cowboys football. Keep the conversation alive in the comments, and let's keep that Cowboys spirit soaring. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and go Cowboys.